Hey, what's up you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I know it has been a minute and I miss you guys so much, but I wanted to come to you today with this gorgeous New Year's Eve glam. Super gorgeous. So if you're interested in knowing how I created this look, keep on watching. So I'm going to start off first by moisturizing my face, and I'm using my ultimate favorite Pond's moisturizer. We just want our face to be extremely hydrated. It is the time of the year where most of our skin is probably dry. So yeah, just going to put a generous amount and blend it all in. Then I'm going to move on to my primer, and I'm going to be using the Hard Candy Blur Primer. And I've been using this, I want to say about 3 or 4 times, and I absolutely love it. I do apply a generous amount just because I want to make sure that all areas are covered. And then I'm going to be applying my Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser just to give more of a smooth, flawless look and also seal in those pores. Now moving on to color corrector. I will be color correcting today with the Ruby Kisses color corrector in the shade Peach, and I'm just applying it a little bit under my eyes and around my mouth. And now we're going to be moving on to the foundation. So I'm going to mix the Juvia's Place I Am Magic with my NARS Natural Radiant Longwear foundation, and then I'm going to spray my brush and go ahead and blend that foundation out. And I find that spraying the brush just gives it more of a very smooth, flawless look. So to cancel out any of that darkness that may be peeking through, I'm going to be using my Milani concealer in the shade Cool Sand, and I'm only going to apply a little bit and blend that out. So for highlighting under my eyes, I'm going to be using the Born This Way concealer in the shade Sand, I believe. And anything that I use today, I will have listed in the description box below. Very detailed description of everything that I use. So don't worry if you miss something. You can just refer to that and everything is there for you. Okay, so now that I've set my entire face, I'm going to go ahead and contour, and I'm using the Vera More Pressed Powder in the shade Antique Brown, and I will have a link to this powder listed below if you would like to purchase it. I absolutely love it. It's so silky and smooth, and it just gives a very natural contour. So to contour my nose, I'm going to be using my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Dark Deepest. And I'm going to be bringing this shade into my brows just for a more natural contour. I don't want it to look like I have two lines going down my nose. I just want everything to look just really pretty, flawless, and natural. So for my blush, I'm going to be using the Vera blush in the shade Cinnamon. And this is like my favorite blush. It's very pigmented, so you do not need a lot, but it's the perfect shade. And to set the rest of my face, I'm going to be using my Maybelline Fit Me Pressed Powder in the shade 340. I forgot what the name of the color is, but it will be listed below for you as well. So you guys, since I've been doing my face first, I'm really liking how my makeup has been coming out. So I'm just going to apply a little bit more of my setting powder. And the setting powder that I used was the Black Radiance setting powder. I'm placing that under my eyes just to catch any fallout. And now I'm just applying my eyeshadow base. And I'm using the p.louise eyeshadow base in the shade 2, Rumor 2 actually. So for my first shade, I'm going to be going into the Morphe 35V palette. And that color is Little Black Book, and it's just a nice pigmented black. And I'm just going to apply that in my crease, and the brush that I'm using is my Morphe 167 brush, I believe. I will have those brushes that I use today listed down below. Now to create my transition, I'm going to be going into the Zulu palette, and I'm going to pick up that pretty brown and just place that on top of that black, slightly on top of the black, using my Morphe 506 brush, excuse me. And I'm not blending it yet. I'm just placing that color because I'm trying to get rid of that line, the black line in between. So I'm packing the product on, and then I'm going to go in with a deeper brown, which is going to be out of the Juvia's Place Warrior palette, to get rid of that line. So now I'm just blending out my transition, and I did pick up a little bit more product out of the Zulu palette, and the brush that I'm using is my Morphe M433 brush, and we just want this look to be very smooth, blown out, and seamless. So now I'm just blending out the black with my Japanese 724 brush, and I'm going to be going back and forth between that brush and the transition shade just to make sure that everything is nice and blended. And then I'm going to go back in with that Japanese brush and just pack on more product. So I'm dipping into that black and just packing on more product. I want that black to be very intense. Now I'm just blending out my transition with a clean brush, and I'm using my Morphe M505 brush, and this is just going to give you that blown out look that you want. Moving on to the lid, I'm going to be using that same Japanese 724 brush to pack that black onto my lid. I want to be very careful with packing it on my lid, though. I don't want to go in too close to my nose. Sometimes when you pack black on your lid and you get too close to the inner corner, it creates like a really dark shadow in the corners, and I don't want that. So I'm just going to leave a little space in between, and then I'm going to go back in with that brown out of the Zulu palette and blend everything out. So for this look, I will be using the NYX glitter adhesive, and I'm just going to apply a little bit with my finger and blend that just really in the inner corner of my eye. And then I'm going to apply the p.louise loose pigment. I guess it's a loose pigment in the shade called Sugar Daddy, and it's a really pretty like blue glitter, almost like a midnight blue glitter. It's so pretty. And I'm just applying it with a fluffy brush. I believe I actually applied it with the Japanese 724 brush. And for a little extra sparkle, I'm going to be using the j.cats glitter in the shade Rockin the Night. And for the adhesive, I'm just using the Duo eyelash glue. Just paint a little bit on your lid and apply it. Now I'm just lining my eyes with my Absolute New York waterproof gel eyeliner, and this is going to give me a really intense look. And then I'm going to smudge it out first with some black out of the Morphe 35V palette. Then we're going to go into the Warrior palette and apply that brown, and I'm using a pencil brush to do so. And then we're going to go into the Zulu palette and just blow it out. So everything that I use on the lid, I will be using under the eye. So the lashes that I'm applying, of course, you know, is by Bella Galore, and it's the Mercy lash, and that's probably my favorite lash ever. They are so lightweight, but they're so glam. So now I'm just spraying my face with the Wet n Wild 3-in-1 primer water, and this is in the scent Cucumber, and it's so refreshing. And now I'm just applying my highlighter, and I'm using the Maybelline Master Chrome in the shade Molten Gold. So for my lips, I'm going to be lining them with the Vera lip liner in the shade Cocoa. And then I'm going to apply my favorite lipstick. Well, it's a lip color. It's the Victoria Innocence liquid lip color. And honestly, I wish I could find more of this. I'm like almost out of it, and I don't even think they make it anymore. But it's my absolute favorite. So to top that off, to give it a little bit of shine, I'm going to be using the Vera lip gloss in the shade Nude Innocence, and this is just going to give me that glow. I'm going to spray my face one more time just to make sure that everything is set. And this is my completed look, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this look. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.